Okay, so we're recording and we're looking at a spike in the total bandwidth chart of our server for the last 24 hours. So it says here that the bandwidth was 3.78 gigabytes, a total hit of 417,696, and our cache rate is now looking at a much healthier 44%, which means speed is of the essence. So if we look at our total hits, we can see that we've spiked here overnight, which means if we're in Britain, this is foreign traffic coming in. And yes, so we're now going to look at the server log, which is a different set of statistics to confirm whether that was actually falsified, whether that was in fact genuine traffic. So I'll go into my Yeti control panel here on 20i. And we'll scroll down to our two server logs. And firstly, we'll use this particular tool here. Now, this was only turned on last night. So we can have a look here, and there's July. As you can see, we can see the 5th, and we have a number of visitors of 1,097. We have page views of 7,664, and there are hits. Now, these numbers actually look pretty healthy because we know that each page has an element. So, for example, if I embed an image or a JavaScript file or a CSS file into a page, I know that that will generate a hit because each page consists of a number of hits. So the conversion there, so if we take 7.5 divided by 3, we're looking at 4, possibly 5 hits per page, which isn't perfect, but it's showing a better average than normal. So we could say that these actual visitors, these 1,000 visitors, are pretty much genuine. We can scroll down and have a look. We can see that it was an average spread over per hour, and the traffic actually came from the United States. Some people overnight working in the United Kingdom, and that unknown figure is our falsified figure there. We can see that some of these people are using proxies or VPN services because we can better locate them. Googlebot, not very active. Average time on site. We can see what they're looking at. So most of them, so we had a big hit on JPEG files. So that means people are loading the entire page. 4,158 JavaScript files. So in fact, it looks pretty real traffic. As you can see, our advertising engine kicked off, displaying adverts. Major browser was Chrome. Safari here now have kicked in and activated, so that's come from Apple devices, but we know that Apple doesn't track in Google Analytics because there is a privacy issue or argument going on between Apple and Google. And we know now that from search engines where this traffic came from and everywhere else where it came from. So Facebook there transferred quite a lot of data. And the words that people were searching for, Yeti. So 75 from search for Yeti. And here we have our 404 data. So we want low 404 data. So we want to actually provide people with information now. So we'll click here. And as you can see, our error rate was in fact very, very low. So that's good news for us because we're actually serving up the data that people want now. That is one set of statistics. Now we'll move into another deeper set of statistics, which is Webalizer. And as you can see, this gives us our July statistics. And this is slightly different. As you can see, this is giving us our total hits here across our network. Now, this may actually be our CDN network statistics, which is slightly different to our server statistics, because a CDN is a point of reference where our information is stored around the world. So we have 156 different servers in various countries, all of which are part of what's called a network of content delivery networks, which means someone in America can load our site very quickly, even though we are based in the United Kingdom, because they are pulling the information locally to them rather than all the way from the United Kingdom. So there are our files served up. There are our total pages. So 372,000, which isn't too bad. Data transfer. The number of sites that are actually transferring people to us. We can see that we've had a pretty average range. As you can see, our page load is low and our hits is high, meaning this is genuine page loads, because the hit is a lot higher than the page. Average time on hours. There is our burst in advertising, which we had. Content is the main front page and all the other files that are being pulled. So we can look here. This is our main front page being hit. And what we do is, if we look, for example, if we look in Google, we can run a cite command for Google, which is called cite. Our website was called Link Spider Directory. So we can go cite Link Spider Directory. And as you can see, it comes up with Yeti because I've transferred the site, but there it only says to me locally, because Google serves up local files to me. It shows a result of 591 results. So what I'm going to have to do to prove this is go into Search Console. And as you can see, this is my site registered in the main database with Google. As you can see, that's what Google's tracked. But you can see here, I actually have 74,000 pages valid in Google, not 594. So if we go back, for example, to site.linkspider-directory, I know that all of these pages that are referenced in Google, those 74,000 pages, all lead to one page, which is yetidirectory.content, because I moved the source location. So all the information is there, but to find the data that people want, they would have to run a cite command called cite yeti.directory, which means there's now 4,000 pages, and all of these pages link to the relevant source, which is why if we go into our statistics on Webalizer, you can see that our main page is content, and the reason why we have this many hits to the content page is because linkspider.directory, those 74,000 pages that we have published around the world, all link into this content page. So the traffic brokers haven't done anything. It's coming from various different sources and locations. And as you can see, they are not sending the traffic. It's actually these other 6,000 other sites that link into us, because we link out to over 5 million sites. And as a return, as a favor from us sending them traffic, they send us traffic back, because that's the principle of the internet, is to interlink to each other. So that's it. Thank you.